So what's up, guys? I'm just gonna kind of go over and show everything that I can do on this thing, okay? It's gonna be an all-in-one. I'm gonna have some scenes that are chopped up, and I'm gonna try to go in and out of different things like that. First thing I want to go over is let's start from scratch, okay? So I'm gonna load this thing up. I'm gonna go to a new project, which this is a new project, but I'm gonna start straight from scratch here. What's really cool when you start from a new project like this is that on the software, like right now my MPC X is off. I don't have it on right now. So this is just the software. You have all your samples right here. This is really cool, guys, because if you're looking for hi-hat, you got hi-hat, enter. Don't fail me now. Say snare, because I can't spell hi-hat. Okay, so look at all these different snares. And you see this little bitty cursor right here? That's all in, okay? So I'm not gonna go through all the sounds. I'm gonna show you what you can do with this, okay? I like that sample. I'm gonna load this one. I want that one. I want that one. I might even like this one. All right, so now on here is kind of, I don't know, I think it's F3, but I want to go here to tools. Let's see, I'm trying to get to view mode. Here are all your controls right here. So if you want to go to program edit, you just hit Control 3, and that's what we're going to do. Control 3. Right here is what we want to look at, and the sample layer. So right here I want this one, and right here I want this snare. This one I want this snare, and for my fourth I'm just trying to fatten up my sound. So I got 13, 17, 14, 13, 17, 14, so I need 19. Now I might turn the velocity on this one down a little bit. The start time, I don't want this one to start right. I want that first one to go heavy, you know what I'm saying? Velocity start, I'll leave all this alone here. The filter, I'm gonna leave it off because I don't dig the filters. Okay, so I'm gonna leave that alone. Go back here. Now look, this pad right here, this snare, it's a nice high snare. Now we can pitch it or do whatever we want with it. That's just one way to go about, you know, making that's one way I go about making my drum kit. So I go kick, and I do the same thing. I'm gonna go through all these kits until I find one that I like. Come on. Or I'm gonna make it sound the way that I like. So I'm gonna select this pad, and I'm gonna go here to my kick, and I'm gonna keep adding to that. I don't want no little kick. I know on Kanye West, one of his songs, that faster, stronger, harder song, he remade that song so many times because he couldn't get that fat kick. And man, this software lets you do it, so you can get some really nice fat crispy. Ooh, that was really crispy. It's like but anyway, I'm gonna get back on here, and I'm gonna stop the video right here. This way I can actually put together a kit that I'm gonna use, but I just wanted to show you how you can go about putting together a kit. And the same thing with your snares, with your samples, or the sledge samples that I sent out. You can stack those. Any samples that any freaking plugins or anything like that, you can do the same thing. Don't limit yourself to just one sound. You know, make them as fat and as thick as possible. You can get in there and shorten them up. You know, with that program edit, man, you can really get in here and fine tweak these things here. If you look at this stuff and dig into it and take your time, you can get some really nice sounds out of just the stuff. You have to go through here and play with it. After you make your sound or whatever like that, just keep on hitting that pad until you like that, just that one sound. And I can spin. That sounds like crap. So I would definitely, I'm going to remake this. I'm going to fine tune it and make my kick drum that I'm going to use for the next 6 songs that I'm going to make, because I need to make an album, and this is a good start. So if anybody's trying to figure out from step 1 all the way through, I'm going to do my best. So this is how you make your drum kit, okay? And then we're going to go over and stack synth sounds. I want to go over using your MPCX as an instrument through a mixer into the software, no controller mode. This way I can show you how to do audio tracks, because it's not a convert, sequence over, and mute out pads. There is no audio mute, we all know. So you have to copy the events and delete the events if you want to do that. So it's going to be a challenge for me too. So let's see how this comes out, guys. Wish me luck. I'm going to stop the stream here. And I don't know which mouse is what, but they're all over. So let's get going. Let's not get going. That is hilarious. Stop. Cool, so I'm gonna go through this here real quick. Whenever I start up my MPC, I had someone ask this question, so I want to answer this real quick about the template. So whenever you start up, mine always starts up with a VIP software. I just have it set up that way. And the way that you do that, you go to these 3 little bars here, go to edit, go down to your preferences, where you can hit Control Plus, and you go to project defaults, okay? And under your project defaults, I have my default plugin synth, my defaults all set like this. So every time I power up the template, it loads that, okay? So that's that. As far as your audio tracks now, I want to go ahead, because I'm not going to use any plugins. I'm not going to use any software. I'm going to use all audio tracks on this. So as far as the audio tracks, I got 1 track right here. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's do 10 tracks, because I don't know what we're gonna do. We're gonna do 10 tracks. Let's see, input right here, and just to make sure that this is working. We'll see what kind of echo we get back. If anything, this mic's on track 13, 14. So I'm going to set it up like this. This way I can get my voice going in there. And the latency doesn't look so bad. I mean, it's matching on the thing. So I definitely don't want this stereo unless I pan this left and then right, which I don't think you can even do that. So again, I'm just going to go through my audio tracks. This one here is going to be my microphone or mic, and then I'm going to go back and label all of these tracks according to my setup that I have. I have the Studio Logic Sledge and blah 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 blah, and it'll all be labeled. And the outputs are very important, and the inputs are very important. I wouldn't be able to do this without I Will Create help me with this. I could not have done this without him setting up this mixer and a lot of other gear. So 13 and 14 are for my mic, and I'm going to go ahead and label all these like I said, get through it, and show you what it looks like after it's all set up, and then I'll record some audio tracks and we'll have some fun. Alright, I think I explained that pretty well. If not, sorry. Sorry. Alright, so you know, an easy way to do this is just plug in your device's USB, and it populates the name and everything for you. You can just copy the track, but what I did, I just went ahead and added them manually, labeled them up. See, track 11 is my electric guitar. It's going to be on 17 and 18, so that's right here. 13 and 14 is my mic, and I'm going to go through here and make sure that I have the rest of these inputs correct. So I don't want you guys to have to sit through that, but this one here is going to be input 3 and 4, and it's going to be my sledge, because here on track 1, 3, and 4, it all jives, right? So that's the process I'm going to go through now. And I don't know if you got to see that because I had this thing in the way, but let's get it out of the way for you here. And like that. No. Maybe this one? Yeah. Yeah. You saw what I did, right? 3 and 4 was the sledge, so I just got to map out all those tracks, and then I'll be ready to roll. I'll show you how to arm all tracks. This way you don't have to do one at a time. You don't have to stop your workflow, and then you can just start rocking and rolling, man. So, yeah, forgive me if this is boring the hell out of you, but I just want to show you how I do from start to finish. So, all right, cool. So it looks, let me show you here. It looks like we got everything set. These are the correct channels going in and out of my MPC. I have my Moog, Ringer, Korg, everything's labeled. It's just my workflow right there. And me personally, I don't really like to do like hit record and then go to my next track and hit record and do like, it bothers me. So I like to arm all my tracks. I like everything to be ready. So I hold down Control on my keyboard and just select all the tracks. And after you do this, you can basically get your, the most basic idea down. And we have any more tracks? Is that it? Yeah. No, there's another one. No, that's it. Well, that worked out okay. So now we got all of our tracks armed, and it's just dry. I don't have no inserts, no nothing, man. So it's a blank slate, and we're ready to start recording. So, yeah, that's where we're at. So I'm going to go ahead, switch the camera angles, and I don't know, I think I'm just going to record the whole thing live and then go back and show what I do to adjust the sounds, maybe do a little modulation with it, and see how it comes out, just trying something a little different here. So here we go. All right, so usually this is a good time to stop and save, and don't save into your internal drive, just save. Probably hear the music coming out of my Moog. I'm trying to get the sound levels right. You can see on the screen through the software these volume knobs do something, but through here you have to use your gain. So I don't want my voice to be any louder than that Moog because that would just be crazy. So I'm going to turn up the Moog here. Kind of got it about 9. Kind of really wanted about 0. Mixer is because you can the reason I love this mixer is because it's a 24 channel out USB. So if I'm in controller mode and I just want to bring all my drums out and tweak each one real fast, it's a faster workflow for me. I love it. So now I got my levels in. I'm going to go through, make sure sledge is a little loud. See, that's on 3 and 4. That's okay. I got hooked up MIDI. So I need to run through a few more things, and as soon as I can get everything, all my levels set, you just want these all to be, nice and even. You don't want anything too loud or anything like that. And these buttons right here, bad channel, just that, or show pad mixer. I don't like to see my sub mixes or anything like that. You can have it there. I'm not ready for any of this stuff. So just plain as day. That's what we're doing. Right here. No inserts, no nothing. Okay. So I'm gonna work on getting this mic level adjusted just a little bit more here. This way I can, talk while I'm playing. And we'll see what happens here. So right on, just bear with me, guys. All right, cool. So I have, I'm gonna go ahead and use my audio synthesizers to go in, of course, but I am gonna also use a MIDI drum group. This way I can explode out the tracks to show you that kind of workflow. As far as recording the song, you can go over the whole song from left to right and say I want 64 bars and go in and out of it. But most people tend to go 8 bars at a time, so that's how we're going to approach this. This is my favorite part, actually, because I get to go in here and I get to design my sounds. So I got all these things hooked up. It's really cool. I don't know if you can see this little light up here. But it shows me my little wavelengths and everything. So I'm gonna get some sounds going here, see which ones I want for each instrument, and go away. I know I've said that a million times, but I had a little crash, and I had to put my MPC in controller mode in order to get it to sync up and play. But I still have all my audio tracks here too, so that's dope. And my mixer's here. Yeah, everything's good. It's all jiving. So guess it's time to play. Just gonna find a little workflow here real quick, see what happens here. That's what I'm gonna record. so I check this out. So I recorded that one track. Yeah, I had four different things going on at the same time, but they were all tracked out. So let me show you this here real quick. It looks like I recorded one track or one sequence, yeah, but track 1's my Moog, 2's my ringer, 3's my mini log, and 5 didn't pick up. Let's see if, I don't know why. There it is, sledge. So yeah, it gave me 6 tracks, right? So now I'm on sequence 1. And this is where it gets good, because in like when you're using MIDI tracks or plugins, you can copy these tracks or convert them to a different sequence. Yeah, it's exactly right. You convert the MIDI tracks into different sequences, which I'll lay down some drums here and show you that. But for audio tracks, you actually have to copy. You know what I'm saying? You have to copy to sequence 2, but you have to have the whole sequence. So I'm going to copy. Let's see what this does. Copy sequence 1 to sequence 2. Do it. I'm going to do that again. I've done this with I'll show you how to do this with the MIDI tracks and all of that and the plugins. But copy again, copy 2 to 3. And I usually do this about 8 times. But for the sake of the video, I'm just going to do it 4 times here, okay? And this is kind of, I just don't get why you can't mute out audio tracks. I could bounce them to a sample and then mute them out that way, which would be really smart and fast. We should probably try doing that sometime soon. But I'm going to copy sequence 3 to sequence 4. All right, so now I got 4 different sequences. And the thing about the audio tracks is that you actually have to copy and cut them. You can't convert them over. So let me get this set up and I'll walk you right through that here. Let's see. Let me use my MPC. It's just a little faster for me to work on this thing. Just give me a second. Let me set this up here so you can see what I'm doing. All right. Jeez. Let's see if we can wrap this up here. Sorry about that. I lost my mic. So, jeez. You're not going to be able to see that. But I hit Shift Song and inserted 4 different sequences. Right now, all the sequences are the same. And whenever you go to your mixer, you can see this right here. And for sequence 1, I don't want the Moog. I want my bass to come in a little later. I might just have the ringer there and the mini log. It looks like I only have 1, 2, 3, 4 tracks, which is fine. So okay, that's sequence 1. Sequence 2. You see, that's not going to work. You can't mute out parts. So this here for sequence 1, I'm going to bring out my eraser. Sequence 1 audio track gone. Mini log gone. Damn it, didn't want that. It's alright, we'll do undo. Hit this. No sledge here. Whoa, no sledge. That's all we want for the first 2, right? And there's nothing on these. These are pointless. So there's only 2 tracks on sequence 1. Now we go to sequence 2. Do it again. I'm going to get rid of that ringer. I'm going to let that sledge come in. I'm just going to unmute these just in case because I don't want any problems. Even though the muting and unmuting doesn't seem to work. Let's go to sequence 3. I'm going to get rid of this and that. Just want the bass. And this is just a poor example. I mean, I didn't really make a full song out of this, but at the end I'm going to let them all ride. And then I'll go to my MIDI here and add in some drums. I guess I'll be done. Let's see what this bad boy sounds like here. Let's go here, file. I'm sorry, I'm trying to find song mode. Okay, so there are my 4 sequences, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And geez, I don't even know where the play button is on here. Let's see what it sounds like from the beginning all the way to the end. See what we got. Should switch. Alright, so I kind of like that. I'm going to leave it just like that. And now, let's see, where are we? Whoa. What's going on? Alright, just real quick, I'm going to throw down some drums on here and see what we can do. Okay? Drop the whole freaking world. Gonna make a new sequence. No, we're not. Alright, let's see what that did. I don't know. Let's go back to our song mode here. And plus an equal sign. I never remember that. So now we got these little drum hits in here. Okay, we need to copy those drums. MIDI drums. did that wrong. Alright, so I've never done it that way before, and it didn't really work out for me, so what I'm going to have to do is, hopefully I can just put this in song mode, control plus and equals. It's good to know all these shortcuts so you don't have to use your mouse ever. Let's see if I can just keep recording. If it'll let me or not, I don't know. But yeah, no, it's not gonna let me record over that. But let's see just a basic idea of what we got. Sequence 1 will have drums and the other ones won't. And it doesn't look like it has any audio either. Anyway, that's as far as I got. All right. As far as stretching out, you remember, don't if you're using, your audio tracks, you want to copy the sequence with your audio track on it, and if you don't want that audio track on there, you actually have to delete it. Okay, it won't disappear from your other sequences that you don't have selected. It'll only disappear from the one. It's scary. You're like, do I really want to just delete that sequence? Like, yeah, you want to delete it from sequence 2 if you don't want it. You can mute out all the plugins. You can mute those out. So that's a big one for me, to be able to mute out my audio tracks like that. I could always use my thing or whatnot, my Q links, but I don't know. I think that's all I got for today, guys. I'm going to go and hang out with the kiddos, and I hope you guys have a great day, okay? I know I went over a lot, but hopefully I didn't miss too much, and I'll keep on going over this stuff because practice makes perfect, and I hope everybody works hard and plays hard. Enjoy the day. Thank you very much.